right, here we are. Hello. Sorry that took a little bit. I had to, I forgot that I needed to go through and do like the first 4 dates for each of them. So I was doing that. Hello. It's Hey Girlie Tuesday. Yay. Um, so I have great news. Um, we did it! I reached affiliate. So, basically what that's gonna mean from now on is, for those of you who have Turbo or who are subscribed to me, that doesn't mean anything to you, except that, I get money now. So, yay for me. But otherwise, there are gonna be ad breaks during streams. Uh, if you want, like, if there are people in chat, like, feel free to let me know when those hit, and I will just, like, pause what I'm doing and just chat with people who are, like, subscribers for a while. Right now, I don't really think that applies, but anyways, we are just gonna get back into Hey Girlie today. I'm really excited for this route. The poly routes I feel like I know so little about. So, let me see. What is it that, so I still might have like one more date to get through. I actually don't know when exactly the poly route kicks in. The baby corner is here. Look at her. There she is. Yeah, also that's the other housekeeping. I improved the baby corner. Look at her. Look at her. She's beautiful. So yeah, there she is. My baby. And yeah, so we're gonna, yeah, like I said, I don't know when the poly route exactly kicks in. From what I remembered, there's 3 dates from like what I remember looking at the documents. But I don't know for sure. So I don't exactly know when it begins, so I might still have like one date to go through for both of them. And I have been using a guide just so I have like the max points for them starting out. Also because I was curious as to what like the correct choices were. I mean, it's hard to fuck up with Lucy, but like with Kipper Lily, I was also curious what like the right choices are. Um, Let me see. Okay. Oh, whoop! I skipped something. Hold on. I saw some names in there. Hold on. Okay, this is a new scene. Sorry, this is where it kicks in. Okay. Kristen! Oh, hey, Cass. Sorry, my room's a bit of a mess, so never mind that. You're really working hard on this whole finding a date for spring fling thing, aren't you? You big old charmer, you. Yeah, I mean, I learned from the best, right? Aw, you're making me blush. You know, word on the godly street is that both Lucy and Kipper have their eyes on you. You're serious? When it comes to getting you a date or two, absolutely. And from what it sounds like, you're not against it. I mean, it's been fun watching Kipper come out of her shell, and I want to keep working on Lucy's bucket list with her. The two of them are definitely more than just a sum of their parts, and I think you could help them find their true potentials together. So, what do you think? I like them both separately, so I might like them more together. I knew it! Look out for a text from Lucy to meet her downtown, okay? Have so much fun! Okay. I was right at the part where it started. Okay. Let's see if these... Okay. It's the Cat Cafe! This is like the one thing I did know about the poly route, is that there is a cat cafe date. We're here! Okay. I know that, so these kitties in the background, by the way, are based on people's cats from the dev team. I did not get Josie back here, unfortunately. I did not talk to them about that, but there are lots of other little creatures in the background. They're so stinking cute, all of them. Anyways. Wait, oh, screw, blah, bleh. Yeah, let's look at, oh, she's so cute there. Yeah, you're right. You haven't been to a cat cafe before. Sure, you've heard of them. You're pretty sure Eowyn adopted at least a few of her cats from here, but you never found the time to check one out yourself. But out of the blue, Lucy has invited you to spend time together and chill at one. Just the two of you, some overpriced drinks, and a whole crew of cats fighting for your attention. And really, who in their right mind would say no to that? You quickly fix your hair and outfit in the reflection of the window before pushing open the door to the cafe. You find yourself in a mudroom with a list of rules for interacting with the cats, a stack of waivers you don't read very carefully, and some hand sanitizer. You look around for Lucy as soon as you get all the boring stuff out of the way and enter the cafe proper. It's around half full of both customers and cats, some of which are happily playing with each other while others seem to be ignoring that they're in a cat cafe. Signs point around a corner to a counter where you could order food and drinks. You consider seeing if Lucy went to order while waiting for you to arrive, but decide against it. Surely she won't be gone for long, and she'll probably be thrilled that you took the initiative to find somewhere for the two of you to sit. You start scoping out the booths along one wall of the cafe. Most are completely full, but your search soon turns up with just one occupant. An occupant you know, staring directly at you.
What are you doing here?
Applebees, what are you doing here? Kipperlily, what are you doing here? Lucy, you tricked us. Lucy, how could you? Put me in the same room as her, who I've been on 4 dates with already. Kipperlily rolls her eyes. I can patronize whatever businesses I feel like. And I asked first. Not this again. You really want to retort that you asked second, but heroically restrain yourself. Lucy invited me to hang out. Have you seen her? Kipperlily's eyes briefly widen before her eyebrows knit together in a frown. No, and Lucy invited me to hang out. You pull your crystal to double-check the message Lucy had sent you. You see Kipperlily doing the same out of the corner of your eye. This tricky bitch. Right day, right time, right location. Before you can ask Kipperlily what's really going on here, another voice pipes up. Oh, good, you're both here. You spin around to see Lucy hurrying over with a tray of 3 drinks. Kipperlily's mouth drops open as Lucy gives you a cheerful grin. When did you cut your hair? Lucy puts the tray down in front of Kipperlily, one hand flying to her hair. She self-consciously plays with the ends. Pretty recently. Kristen cut it for me. Kipperlily's eyes flicker back to you, this time with less wariness and more utter shock. Oh, what do you think? It's a big change, I know. Kipperlily looks at Lucy again, who waits expectantly for an answer. She stares for a brief moment before clearing her throat and straightening.
Oh.
It looks great, obviously. Is that a compliment for my amazing hairdressing skills? I didn't know if it was going to be a reveal in the moment for Kip. I thought maybe she would have seen Lucy since then, but I like that it's a reveal. Very cute. No, it's a compliment for Lucy's ability to rock any hairstyle, even if an amateur was holding the scissors. Lucy beams at both of you as she sits down, and you take the opportunity to slide onto the bench after her. So, you invited both of us? Without telling the other person? Kipperlily's not exactly tense, but she occasionally glances at you warily, as if you're intruding on her space without permission. You're sitting almost directly opposite her, with Lucy taking up the middle of the bench between you two. No one's taken their drink yet. It feels like some sort of concession if you took yours first, so you try your best to ignore them. Lucy chuckles a little sheepishly as she nods, drawing both of your attentions back to her. Yeah, I thought it could be fun if the 3 of us did something together, you know? Don't you think? Kipperlily's lips press together like she's considering disagreeing, but you manage to speak before her. Of course, I wish I thought of it myself. Lucy beams at you, and Kipperlily's eyes widen again before she folds her arms, shrugging nonchalantly. Sure, definitely. No problems here. Lucy perks back up, her smile not quite as wide as before, but infinitely more hopeful. I figured you'd both be here by the time drinks were ready, so I ordered for everyone. Kristen, I tried to guess what you like, so I hope it's not too bad. She reaches over to place a drink in front of you. It's in a white ceramic mug with a pair of cat ears on the rim that, while adorable, will definitely have dumped half of the drink all over your lap by the time you're done. The menu called it a purtado. Girl, you nailed it. How did you know?
So inspiring.
Oh yeah, I love a cortado. Thanks, Lucy. But it's not a cortado made out of tea. And Kip, they had an iced caramel toffee latte thing that sounded like your old order, and you like yours with extra whipped cream, right? That's so stinking cute. What? She's adorable. The tension shifts from almost combative to completely awkward. She was having a hard time cutting sugar out of his diet when he decided to get fit last year, and I wanted to be more supportive, so I haven't really been eating any sweets except for the stuff my mom makes. And being in hell ruined my sinuses, so I have to be kind of punched in the face by flavor to taste anything. I've been drinking a lot of black coffee recently. Lucy freezes, the drink in her hand. You can't tell if she's more stricken by the reminder of everything she missed while she was dead, or by the mortifying ordeal of getting a drink order completely wrong, even if there was no way she could have predicted any of what Kimberly just admitted. But if there's one thing Kristen Applebees is good at, it's getting out of awkward situations. Do you want to trade with me?
Ugh, whatever.
Kimberly glares at you before protectively pulling the drink towards herself. Lucy blinks at her sudden territorial display. The problem sorted, you lapse into a charged silence. All three of you sip your respective drinks, waiting for someone to start the conversation. Kimberly drags a menu on the table to herself. Lucy fidgets with her straw. You find yourself tapping your fingers on your knee. You catch Kimberly and Lucy stealing glances at each other when they don't think they'll be caught, and both of them hurriedly looking away from you when you glance towards them. It feels weird to be sitting in awkward silence, especially since you thought you'd already gotten past that with both of them individually. Somehow, putting the three of you together brings it all back.
So that's,
Yeah. Have either of you been here before? They both shake their heads. It's only been open a couple of years anyways. With the conversation still freshly rebroken, Kimberly turns towards Lucy. Why did you pick this place? I always thought it was cute. We never had the time before. Right, yeah, but still. Wait, what's weird about coming here? Lucy's allergic to cats. It's the other main reason we never drop by. She looks a little smug knowing about the allergy, but you figure she's just making up lost ground for not knowing about the haircut. Lucy chuckles loosely anyway, unbothered. Barely allergic. I already took an antihistamine. I'll be fine. But you were always interested in it, and Kristen seemed really keen, so... Lucy shrugs like it's no big deal, taking another sip of her drink. Kimberly Copper Kettle as an extra whipped cream sweet tooth, and as a trying to grow up too fast black coffee girl are both so real. It's very accurate. I'm taking notes for my own Kimberly writing. Kimberly hums to herself before suddenly flinching, looking behind her. Is it a kitty cat? Oh my god, it's a kitty cat! One of the smaller tabby cats has apparently noticed Kimberly's tail and found it too tempting to ignore. As you watch, he bats at it like a feather on a string. The tail instinctively curls away from the contact, but a second later the cat attempts to pounce on it. Kimberly easily dodges the cat, briefly standing up to sweep her tail fully out of range. Aw, he likes you.
Ugh,
He
whatever.
thinks I'm a toy. Kimberly huffs, her tail wrapping itself around her leg until the cat loses interest and sidles up to Lucy instead, pressing against her leg in an obvious bid for entertainment or pets. Lucy indulges him, scritching the cat between his ears. Kimberly sits down again, her tail unwinding as she focuses very intently on her drink. You look around to see if there's any potential kitty affection heading your way, but most of the other cats appear to be already occupied with other customers or far more concerned with lying in one of the sunny spots in the cafe. As they should. The rules are very clear that you're supposed to let the cats come to you, so it looks like you'll just have to share with Lucy for now. You shuffle a little closer to her, reaching out a hand for the cat to sniff. Keep your hand still. After a moment of sniffing, the cat bumps his head against your waiting hand, pushing against it until you start scratching behind his ears. If you hear those little meows, one of the voice actors' cats did those meows. We have a cat voice actor in this game. I think he's in the credits somewhere. I'll look for it when the credits roll this time, but the tag says his name is Blueberry. Doesn't look very blue to me. Maybe they all had food names, because it's a cafe. That'd be kind of cute. Kipper hums. She's still sitting on the other side of the table with her arms folded while you and Lucy pet Blueberry. Lucy starts patting her lap, trying to encourage him to sit on it, or at least on the bench between the two of you. Come on, Kipper, don't you want to pet the cute kitty? He tried to bite my tail. That means he wants to play. Kipper rolls her eyes again, but the gesture falters as she glances towards Lucy. Kalina in the corner trying to act natural. There's a lot of black cats in here, let me tell you. Any one of those could be Kalina. What was that thing Ruben used to say? We only live once? Well, technically we're clerics, so... Alright, fine.
You win this time.
Cheeks reddening, Kipper reluctantly shuffles along the bench closer to Lucy, holding a hand out towards the cat like you had. Blueberry is happy to have another source of affection, purring and butting his head into Kipper hands before starting to wind around her back, meowing. I think he really does like you. Or he's trying to get my tail again. I think they have some actual cat toys we can borrow. Maybe he'd be more interested in those. Kipper looks at Blueberry for a long moment, then back at you and Lucy. Or you could just let him use your tail again. Scrunching up her nose, Kipper scoots out of the booth, brushing down her skirt. Okay, whatever. I'll be right back. She gives both of you another look. The one she gives to Lucy seems more hesitant, but the one she gives to you is definitely wary. It's easy enough to read. Don't try anything, you're pretty sure. You can't really imagine what Kipper thinks you're going to do in the 2 minutes she's gone, but you can try to reassure her. I'm so tempted to do the third one. Thumbs up. She audibly exhales, walking away. With Kipper on the hunt, you turn back to Lucy, who is patting Blueberry again. So, I know that I would totally forget to tell 2 people that I invited the other to a hangout, but you're not even, like, a 10th of the airhead I am, Lucy. What's going on? Why'd you really invite me and Kip here?
Oh.
Kip? She let you call her Kip too? When she's feeling extra nice. Well, technically I think I'm only allowed to call her Kip. Did you say something different? Apparently the all caps double P is audible. Lucy quietly chuckles at that. She sighs quietly and gently scratches behind Blueberry's ear as she mulls her answer over. I didn't know if you'd show up. You give her a skeptical look. Lucy sighs. Well, okay, I didn't know if Kip or Lily would have shown up if I told both of you in advance. What do you mean? I don't know if Kip or Lily's told you, but we've been hanging out on our own too. She doesn't, hate me or anything anymore. At least I don't think she does. I've heard, don't worry. Kip mentioned that you guys won laser tag together. And since you seem to be getting along, I thought we'd all have a good time together. So why the secrecy? I don't know. It's just been kind of awkward between me and her. I wasn't sure she'd even agree if it was just me, let alone with someone else in the mix. But I was hoping that with you here, things would be a bit smoother. We could all get past the weirdness. Maybe build a new relationship together.
You're really special.
Build a new relationship, huh? There's a hint of that strange expression on Lucy's face, the one you saw as she watched you in the mirror during her haircut. You get the sense that there's something meaningful underlying her words, something that maybe she isn't ready to talk about just yet. You decide not to press her on it. Besides, she's right. Despite how strange this afternoon has been, you're still having fun. You cross your arms and sigh dramatically. Fine, I'll let you off the hook this time. Lucy smiles, relieved. Before either of you can say anything else, Kipper-Lily slides back into her seat, holding one of those cat toys that's a stick with feathers dangling off a string at the end of it. She eyes Blueberry warily. You better like this, Blueberry. She tickles the toy in front of Blueberry, who immediately perks up, clambering over Lucy to bat at the feathers overhead. Despite her initial annoyance at the whole situation, it only takes a couple of seconds for Kipper-Lily to get invested in entertaining the cat. She waves the stick to and fro around the space between her and Lucy on the bench. Blueberry obliges with a particular adorable huff every time he narrowly misses the feathers. Her tail subconsciously mirrors the way she swings the toy, drawing the attention of a couple other cats. You see them begin to slink toward her. Oh no. You hold a finger up to your lips to Lucy, pointing at the approaching cats. Oh, I saw. You glance over to see Lucy's got her crystal set up perfectly, the camera barely peeking over the lip of the table. She's still wearing her typical warm smile, but there's that playful edge to it that you've gotten to know so well. Kipper-Lily doesn't seem to notice, preoccupied with Blueberry. In the moment before it happens, you have the chance to do something big. Your drink's getting cold. What? It's a cold drink to begin with, Applebees. Before you can respond, both cats of them in stalking Kipper-Lily's waving tail pounce. One manages to nip it, and the other smacks at it with a paw. Kipper-Lily herself shrieks, the sound one of surprise and not pain, which scares Blueberry off, but somehow doesn't dissuade the other two cats. She falls off the bench onto the floor, scrambling to keep her composure as she watches the two interlopers casually stroll away, tails held high.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You little fuckers! I don't think I've ever heard you scream that loud. Did you put them up to this, Applebee's? Are you secretly a druid or something? Before you can reply, Lucy finally loses it, laughing loudly at the offended look on Kipper-Lily's face and the probably baffled look on yours. It's not a graceful laugh. She snorts as she tries to breathe, and the tail end of each laugh dissolves into a high-pitched squeak that she does her best to muffle in her palm. She slams her head into the table, promptly upending whatever's left of her honey rose tea. Lucy? It's no use. She can't stop laughing. You and Kipper-Lily exchange a look in solidarity with each other for the first time today. Kipper-Lily sighs. I'll get some napkins. The rest of the afternoon passes quickly, full of banter and adorable cuddly cats. When it's time to go, you find yourself lingering. Kipper-Lily and Lucy seem equally hesitant to leave. That was fun, wasn't it? Sure. We should do this again. Maybe with a little more warning next time? Yeah, none of this invite two people without the other person knowing shit again, Luce. It doesn't work if there aren't cats to break the tension. Lucy grins, sheepish. Ooh, should we secretly bring Kristen over to Ruben's place to meet the mascots then? Absolutely the fuck not. Dazington and Briefcase are too important for that. Whoa, hold up. Briefcase and what? Mascots? You guys have mascots? Lucy smiles while Kipper-Lily whips around to face you, her arms folded and an intense look in her eyes. She doesn't seem mad, but whatever these mascots are must be important. Briefcase and Dazington, they are invaluable members of the team and far too important to just bring anyone. They're KIP's pet guinea pigs. Your face lights up. Sure, the cats are fun to play with, but there's something about a bean-shaped rodent that is objectively far cuter. Kipper-Lily still has her arms stubbornly folded. I didn't know you had pets. They're not just pets, they're auxiliary support for our party. Sorry, I just thought of the fact. Kipper-Lily, you kill rats for fun and you have other rodents for pets? Do they know you're killing their brethren? I guess not for fun, for XP. She seems set to stick to that ridiculous explanation. But after a second, her posture cracks just a little bit and she tilts her head. Lucy is just watching with an amused expression. They're a recent development. Well, now I really want to meet them. They don't like strangers. We'll just have to do something else then, because we are hanging out again. Kipper-Lily immediately nods, and you can't help but be a little disappointed. You catch Lucy's eye, though, and she suddenly gestures at her crystal, mouthing, I'll text you photos. You suppose you can't be too upset. You're pretty sure Kipper Lily notices, raising one eyebrow, but she just huffs and lets it slide. Still, you're not above a little bribery. Would they be open to meeting a stranger if I brought them gifts? Like what? I'm not going to let you dress them up in little outfits or anything. But that would be so cute. What if she makes them something? A food bowl, maybe?
Nat 20.
A brilliant idea strikes you. Yeah, we could go to a pottery studio. Fun, practical, and we can compete to see who can make the best thing. Sounds right up your alley, huh, Kipper-Lily?
Yeah, whatever.
Fine, I suppose we can plan something like that for next time. Hell yeah, Kristen. Nailed it. You high-five yourself mentally. You head home with a pep in your step. No matter what happens the next time you three hang out, you know it definitely won't be boring. Okay?
Hi, Kristen.
Well, how'd it go?
Cool.
I had fun. Started out a little awkward, but we got past that. I thought about offering to heal Kipper-Lily's tail after all the cats went after it, but I'm sure Lucy would have if she was worried.
Let's see what the stars
Ooh,
think.
you should definitely take initiative next time. I bet she'd appreciate it. You think so? Absolutely. Put herself in your shoes and think about it. Kristen? Okay. Alright. Just...
Hey, Kip. So that's,
Oh, we still do the other dates.
Really? Ugh. Cool.
Okay. Let's see then. Do I want to still use the guide? Part of me feels like I should because of load-bearing chest date, but
Is that so?
I'll maybe glance at it for load-bearing chest date, but otherwise...
What the fuck? Sorry, what was that? That's what I thought. And that's so inspiring.
God, she's so cute. Okay,
Whatever. Color me impressed, Applebee. That's what I thought. Are you fucking kidding me? What the f- And that's another... Kipper-Lily Copper Kettle wins again.
I love her laughing sprite, it's so cute.
Let's never speak. Really? Oh. Yes.
And her little blushing
Color me
sprite.
impressed, Applebee.
Oh, she's cute. Okay, and then... Community service.
Even cowgirls get the blues. Okay. President Applebee's reporting for duty.
Interesting.
Blimey.
Alright, just wanted to see if there's any extra dialogue when she admitted she has a crush on Lily. Okay.
Right, totally. President Applebees.
Oh, right.
Ooh la la.
Okay, good morning, Kristen. It's another beautiful week here in Elmville and another exciting week of dates. What are you, my own personal romantic weather deity? Cloudy with a chance of smooches, am I right? Youch, that was a little corny. Corny? Low blow, dude. I'm still dealing with all that residual trauma. Oopsie, but on to more important things. Where are you thinking of starting your week? More important than my clearly unresolved issues with Corn? For shame, Cass. For shame. Come on, Kristen. What about finding a love interest or else? Plus, we have the Elmville Spring Fair this weekend. You don't exactly want to spend the day there alone, do you?
So that's,
So,
yeah.
about that date.
Let's see what
Couldn't
the stars
agree
think.
more. Where are we headed? Okay. Let me check something real quick. Because I have the Discord server pulled up here. And I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Oh yeah, I just have to remember. So probably still... Whoop. Probably downtown, right? Because we said we were going to the pot. I just have to remember in my brain this time. I just have to use the thing between my ears. You nearly get lost 3 times on your way to the pottery studio, but you make it there with a couple minutes to spare.
Hey, Kristen.
Oh, Kristen! As expected, Lucy and Lily are already here. As you hurry over to join them, you wonder if Lucy's punctuality is her own or comes from having been friends with Lily for so long.
Hello, Applebees.
You're almost late. Almost, but not quite. She rolls her eyes at you. We were looking at the studio's display case. One of the resident artists here really likes making Klein bottles out of clay. You learn what a Klein bottle is a weird conical thing with a tube sticking out of the top that loops back in on itself, making the inside of the shape also the outsides. You make what you hope are the proper awe-inspired noises at the near dozens somebody's arranged on a large podium. Honestly, they're showing off at this point. The first 5 are more than enough. But then there wouldn't have been any of these tiny ones. Why do you even need a tiny Klein bottle? Why do you need a normal-sized Klein bottle? Lily gives you a glare, but she doesn't seem to have an answer for you. Let's go see if any of the wheels are open. Lily and you trail after Lucy like a pair of ducklings as she goes up to the Earth Genasi standing attentively at a giant kiln. A row of tables set in shallow basins with foot pedals line one of the walls. And there's a long table with matching benches on the opposite side of the room. At the very back of the room is a set of shelves half full of projects that have yet to be fired. Lucy procures 3 day passes for the studio's open workspace before marching the 3 of you over to a box of terracotta clay and gestures to it. Well, you stare at her, and then at Lily, and then at the clay, and then at Lucy again.
sorry, what was that?
Well, what? Lucy's eyes light up with a touch of panic. Well, this was your idea, right? What do we do? This slight problem.
That's what I
She
thought.
has no fucking clue what to do. You give Lily a glare of your own. She raises an eyebrow, daring you to argue. I've done it at summer camps and stuff, just not, like, on my own, you know? Well, that's better than us, right, Kip?
Whatever.
Right, sure. Okay, so maybe you should have realized there was a chance none of you would know how pottery even works. That's okay, you can dig yourself out of this one. Maybe you can ask someone at the studio for pointers to get started. Oh, I'm sure Mr. Peppercorn is happy to help. I mean, it's his literal job. After a few minutes of floundering, the three of you manage to get yourself set up at Potter's Wheel with clay firmly molded in place with water. What next? I assume we start messing with the clay. She cautiously presses a foot down, startling slightly when the wheel promptly begins spinning clockwise. There's a spell rune to tap after the initial start to keep the wheel moving at a constant speed, and soon enough, Kipperlily is carefully manipulating the clay in front of her, her elbows balanced against her legs. Well, you seem enthusiastic. There's no response, not even a twitch of a cheek. Kipperlily's particular brand of close attention is being wholly concentrated on her clay. Wow, she's really locked in. Should we check her for a pulse? The joke falls flat when Kipperlily shows no sign of having heard either of you. Lucy shrugs at her lack of response and turns to her own wheel. She kicks it on with a couple firm presses to the foot pedal and is soon drawn to her own craft. You wonder if single-minded focus is a prerequisite for being a rack grinder. Then you turn back to your own station. Alright, you've got a lump of clay, a turntable, and a dream. The clay is wet under your hands and squishes at the slightest pressure. It slips away from you when you push a little too hard and juts out to one side, forcing you to turn the wheel off so you can crush it back down and recenter it. At one point, your creation collapses in on itself when you accidentally scrape too much of the lower half away and you have to start all over again. When that happens, you wonder if it's too late to admit defeat. Maybe you can just bring Kipperlily's guinea pigs a carrot or something. What do you think? You look over to see a lumpy but serviceable bowl on the wheel. Lucy looks like she's just run a half marathon. Ugh. Flyaways are stuck to the sweat on her forehead, and her forearms are an absolute mess of drying slip. She even has a streak of it drying on her knee. You have no idea how it got there. It looks nice. No, it doesn't, but it was fun to make, so who cares? You glance back down to your mass of unshapen clay. That's the spirit? Lucy smiles fondly at you, even as the genasi you saw at the kiln comes over to help her take her bull off the wheel. He says something about getting it ready for a bisky fire. You're pretty sure you misheard that, though. At least yours will be functional.
Even cowgirls get the
Your
blues.
lump of clay looks so sad. You can practically hear it cursing its rotten luck getting stuck with you. You draw a frowny face on it with your finger and half expect it to start berating you. Yours could be a toy. I'm sure the guinea pigs will have fun with it if you had fun making it. She reaches over to change the frowny face to a smiley face. Well, that does look like a significant improvement. It'll look even better with some color. I think we have to do an initial fire today, but we could always come back to paint and fire them again. Oh, like a glaze? That would be nice. What do you think, Kip? No response. You expected it, but Lucy clearly didn't. She seems surprised when she realizes Kipperlily is still locked in. Kipperlily? Kipperlily is too engrossed in ensuring the sides of her mug are perfectly straight and even. As you watch, her eyes narrow in on some imperfection at the lip of the mug, and she carefully moves a finger to adjust it. She curses quietly when it overcorrects and sticks out in the other direction. I could be sitting in her lap right now and she would not notice. I could be strangling you to death and she wouldn't even stop for photos. Kipperlily continues to ignore you in favor of slowing the wheel down and introducing a fun groove at the bottom of the mug with a popsicle stick. How annoyed will she be if I mess with her mug? Very, you should do it. Huh? I thought you liked having me around. She wouldn't kill you over it, I think. At worst, she'll just storm out. Isn't that just as bad? Come on, it'll be funny at least. That's true enough. Okay, time to brainstorm a way to annoy her while also avoiding a sneak attack in the hallway. Three seems the least likely for her to stab me. The clay collapses on itself a bit, but the mug itself remains standing. Apparently, messing with Kipperlily's pottery is more than enough to catch her attention.
What the fuck?
What's your fucking problem, Applebees? Oh fuck, she sounds absolutely pissed. And maybe a little heartbroken? You're definitely getting sneak attack before lunch. Might as well fully send it. It adds character. It adds fuck all, you shithead. I'm going to have to start over. You haven't said a word to us in close to 40 minutes. And maybe I would have in another 10 when I was done making the stupid thing. Lily pokes at the imperfection in her work. It's honestly not that bad. There's a slight divot in the side, but the clay was already pretty firm from how long she had been working with it, so it's not like the entire thing is caving in on itself the way your project had a while ago. I'm going to have to start over. Fuck everything. Her bottom lip is poking out a bit. You actually start to feel a little regretful. You frantically look to Lucy. She was the one who told you to do it. She wouldn't have done that if she didn't think it'd be fine, right? Lucy doesn't seem bothered. She shuffles her chair a little closer towards Lily's wheel and takes a closer look at the allegedly ruined mug. It's going to take all the time we have left if you want to remake it, you know. Well, we wouldn't have to worry about that if Kristen hadn't touched it. Hey, don't put it all on me. It was Lucy's idea. I think it looks cuter when it's not perfect. Lily grumbles something under her breath, but her shoulders relax a little. You wonder whether she was really that upset in the first place. Yeah, it just makes it special. Plus, whenever you look at it, you can think of me. Just what I've always wanted. Despite the sarcasm dripping from her voice, you're almost certain you can see a smile ghosting across her face before she glances away so you can't see it. A second later, Lucy leans over and pokes another groove into the mug next to your own imperfection. Lily grimaces and gives a small huff of disapproval, but doesn't attempt to stop her.
That warms my heart.
There, now you can think of both of us. Lily rolls her eyes. She looks like she's about to fold her arms, but remembers that her hands are covered in dried clay at the last minute. She clenches her fists and shakes off the debris before leaning in for a closer look at the mug. I suppose it looks like an intentional design feature now. Lucy lightly elbows you in the side, putting on a fake whisper tone that Lily can absolutely still hear. That means she likes it. It was so good to begin with, even my -3 dex couldn't ruin it.
Huh,
Oh
is that
please,
so?
it's just a mug. She still seems pleased with the flattery, though. So you'll keep it? Lily shrugs loosely, as if she hadn't just made a huge deal about it. Would be a waste of time to redo it. Well, we have another hour on our studio pass. Should we make something else? What if, and hear me out, this is going to be stupid, isn't it? I promise if it is, I'm not trying to be. Very reassuring, Kristen. You go to fetch another blob of clay, slapping it down on your turntable. What if we made something together? You get 2 very nonplussed stares in response. Isn't that what we've been doing the whole time? You've lost me, too. I mean, yeah, definitionally, sure. I meant all 3 of us on one wheel at the same time. Lucy perks up. Lily's eyes narrow. I was right, this is stupid. It could be fun, though? Lily gives Lucy a betrayed look that she ignores with practiced ease. The other cleric drags her stool over to your wheel, leaving a gap for Lily to reluctantly fill in herself. She stubbornly avoids eye contact with either of you, staring at the clay instead. So, how do you imagine this is going to work? Well, maybe you can actually start the main body of the thing, since you're the only one who seemed to actually figure it out. And then we can kind of just play it by ear. Oh, this is going to be a fucking mess. So you've said. It'll be a fun story, though.
Ugh, whatever.
Lily scoffs at this, but that doesn't stop her from leaning over to start working the clay. She scowls at you and kicks her ankle a couple times to remind you to start the wheel up. The cross expression leaves as soon as she sets her hands on the clay. Almost immediately, her concentration takes all her attention away from you and Lucy, and her eyes narrow as she carefully forms the clay into a puck in the center of the wheel. Her lower lip disappears behind her teeth as she digs her thumbs into the middle of the prepared clay and drags them out, slowly forming the beginnings of a rudimentary bowl. Lucy takes over after a while, her hands brushing against Lily's as she carefully shapes the walls of the vessel. We're really saving Kristen for last? She's gonna fuck this shit up so bad. Lily startles at the unexpected touch, but she doesn't move her hands away from the piece, opting instead to focus on the bottom half while Lucy does what she wants on top. Both of them glance up to you expectantly. Start in the middle between both of them. Your hand doesn't fit perfectly between theirs, which means your pointer finger is almost grazing the back of Lucy's hand and your pinky is awkwardly hovering over Lily's thumb. After a second, you timidly let your hand settle. Neither of the others shies away as you carefully press down on the clay, adding a series of sloping grooves along the side. You understand just why Kimberly had been so focused on her piece now. There's something wonderfully meditative about watching the clay form into something under your hands, and there's almost a headiness to knowing that everything you see has been done by one of you. Even now, you watch Lucy carefully shape the taper of the vessel's mouth as Kimberly carves a line into its bottom. After a few minutes, you end up with a hand right in the middle, preventing it from falling over as they flit around the clay. When you finally turn the wheel off, you're left with the, well, are we done? I think so. Kimberly leans in to examine the final result. The mouth swoops out, but Lucy had made it so thin that it half collapsed on itself, widening the opening far more than she probably intended. Kimberly had intended for the bottom to taper into a rounded base, but at some point she accidentally straightened it into a sharp angle. You'd done your best to keep your hand steady, but there's still a weird groove along the middle from where a finger must have twitched while the wheel was still in motion. What the fuck did we make? I was going for some kind of vase, but it kind of looks like an urn without a lid. That's a bit dark. I guess an urn seems less natural than dumping a body in the woods. There's an awkwardly long pause. Then Kimberly snorts quietly to herself. Lucy beams openly, and that's enough to make you snicker. If I die before either of you, you're not allowed to use this for my ashes. Since when do you want to be cremated? Since right now, to prove a point. Keep up, Frostblade. Okay, so she does the last name thing with people she likes, too. That's reassuring. I think we should get it fired. I don't know, I think it's doing a pretty good job.
Really?
That pun sucked shit and you know it. I've heard better. I can't believe you both hate my ass. Kimberly rolls her eyes as Lucy gives you the smile that you once thought was warm and kindly and now recognizes a shit-eating grin. I did mean what I said. We should get this fired, and when we come back for Kip's mug, we can glaze it. Who says I'm coming back with either of you for that mug? You'll just fuck with it all over again, and then I'm going to have to deal with explaining why I'm using the shittiest mug in all of Spire for the rest of my life. Okay, so you'll use it either way? That's crazy. Aw, you're going to use it for the rest of your life? You love us that much? Every day I'm plagued by your existence. When should we come back to glaze everything? This weekend? Oh, we're actually busy this weekend. Karaoke night. You guys have a karaoke night? It's important to team build with your party members. Oh god, I just remembered the fact that... Okay, I can't believe I forgot that there's a karaoke bit in this route. I should have known that, because we all recorded bespoke voice lines for the karaoke night. I guess they're not bespoke, but we all recorded a little, tiny, singing bit for the karaoke night. Though, I think a few of them are flaking this month, so if you wanted to stop by, there'd technically be room. Oh, I'm getting an invite to the team building exercise? You sure know how to make a girl feel special. Don't read too far into it, it's just more fun with more people. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. I'll definitely try. Someone's calling.
Look at you.
Aw, that was so
Glowing.
sweet.
So inspired.
Did you like that rom-com ass move I pulled at the end there? I did. I was cheering from the Divine Plains. We had popcorn and everything. Ravina says you should make her something next time, by the way. Did she see how bad I was? She likes pointless trinkets.
Okay.
Your sister-in-law is weird, Cass. She's a great host, though. Okay.
Lucy, hi.
Once I get through this, I am going to make myself some tea real quick on break.
You're really special. So inspiring.
God, I love these girls so much. You guys have no idea. I guess you do, because I've played the
That's
game for this
cool.
long. And I literally sobbed last stream playing Lucy's route.
Oh.
I'm also gonna take the break to grab some tissues, just in case. Just in case these last two dates really get me.
Nat 20.
I have a feeling they could be very emotional, so... I don't want to be caught off guard.
Hey, Kip.
Really? Color me impressed, Applebees.
Not cool.
Just leave me alone, Applebees. Whatever.
That's so inspiring.
Whatever. Really?
Sorry, what was that? You're cute when you're angry.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Really? Whatever. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. Alright. Fair time, fair time.
Okay. Yeah.
After fair is when we will do break. Okay. I'm surprised it gives me this option. I guess it just gives you both. As soon as, spoiler alert for what the other poly route is. I'm sure it was obvious. Anyways, Kip and Lucy. Why not go to the most obvious attraction first? Heading to the Ferris wheel means you get to go through most of the fair along the way anyways. Seems like you're not the only person with that brilliant idea, though.
Hey, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Kristen?
Huh, fancy seeing you here. Just you two hanging out today? You look around to see if the rest of the rat grinders are around somewhere, but you don't spot them. The rest are all doing their own things. We were just about to go on the Ferris wheel. Would you like to come with us? Lucy seems excited at the possibility, while Kimberly looks away. She doesn't object, though, which is basically the same thing as enthusiastic agreement from her. Going to look over the whole fair with you two? I can't think of anything better. A short waiting line later, the three of you are piling into a cozy metal carriage that creaks like it hasn't had a safety check in at least a decade. When you're all sitting down, the three of you are close enough together that you're almost shoulder to shoulder. You catch their eyes and grin, waggling your eyebrows. So, locked in together for at least 10 minutes. Maybe even more if it gets stuck. Lily rolls her eyes. Lucy snorts out a chuckle before shaking her head solemnly. It could actually get stuck. It happened once last year.
You know,
Oh,
can't say
wait.
I expected that.
Really? For over an hour. Lily stares at Lucy for a second before looking back at you. You waggle your eyebrows again.
Really?
If we get stuck, I'm climbing out and getting down myself. Aw, you're no fun. Lucy giggles again before glancing outside of the carriage. Hey, you can see the whole fair already. You and Lily peer outside to see what she means. You're not even halfway to the top yet, but you can see the entire fairground stretched out before you. The food trucks, the games, the stage, even the other rides. Think we'll be able to see anyone we know? You study all the people you're milling about. You're pretty sure you see Gorthalax towering over most of the other fairgoers, so chances are Fig is hanging out nearby, but other than that, you're already too high up to distinguish where your friends are. I mean, Gorthalax is pretty big, so yeah, that checks out. After a couple of minutes, the Ferris wheel pauses at the very top. Forget the fairground, you can see nearly all of Elmville from here, even the top of Mordred peeking out from behind some trees. Oh, they're so cute. Look at Lily's face. Ah, look at her. They're cute. Oh, I love the reference image that they used for this. It does look very, very Elmville. You know, I don't think I've actually seen the town from this high up before. You've never gone on the Ferris wheel before? I've never been able to go to the fair before. Well, what do you think? I do, part of me does wonder, since it's obviously like a photograph, is this is an image of the Brennan's DM board. I can't say for sure, but it does definitely remind me of that Elmville DM screen. You look out across the town, spotting all the familiar buildings you see nearly every day. Then you look back inside the carriage, where Lucy and Kimberly are looking outside as well, both focusing on different parts of town.
I had a great time.
I think it's pretty cool. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, I love them.
Fancy seeing you.
Okay. We are gonna take a brief recess just so I can make myself some tea and grab my just in case tissues. Oh god. my just in case tissues. And then I'll be right back. So give me just a minute. Okay, we're back. All right. I'm excited to hang out with some girlies. Let's frickin' go. Okay.
Ooh la la. Where to?
Okay, so it should be downtown again for the karaoke date. Oh, I'm so happy to see the black pit background again. It's so cute. There's a bounce in your step as you make your way over to the karaoke lounge, and you can't keep an excited smile off your face. You're so ready to reconnect with your choir kid roots and sing your heart out. You went the extra mile to get your voice into shape in preparation. You hydrated a ton, stretched your shoulders and back out, and even spent half an hour doing vocal warm-ups and tongue twisters before you left the house. Kristen, you are taking this way too seriously. Not to brag, actually, nah, you're totally going to brag. You're kind of a great singer. I'm like, I can't live up to that description. I'm like I'm above average, but not that great. You're going to do your best to blow Lucy and Kipper-Lily away tonight. Maybe you can even pull off a serenade. You have no idea how they might react to that, but you can't wait to find out. You spot the two waiting outside the lounge for you. Lucy gives you a cheery wave as you approach, and Kipper-Lily nods coolly, her expression softening just a little.
Hey, Girlie.
Hi, Kristen.
Kristen.
You're almost late again, which means she's on time. Still just an almost. Besides, I needed to warm up first. Kipper-Lily stiffens. Lucy raises an eyebrow. Warm up? That's pretty intense for karaoke. Hey, I'm a former choir kid. I always take karaoke seriously. Kipper-Lily crosses her arms, her trademark competitiveness lighting up her eyes.
Huh. Is that
Not
so?
as seriously as me. I always take things the most seriously. Lucy looks amused. I think this is the first time you're going to have a challenge at karaoke night. Yeah, right. What, the other rock grinders don't get into it? I know, I'm so excited to hear our little singing voice lines. I forgot that this date was a thing. And then I remembered as soon as they mentioned karaoke, I was like, oh right, I recorded singing. They do. Ruben even has one song he refuses to leave before singing, but obviously Kip has the most, let me guess, Ruben won't live without singing Jimmy Buffett. Spirit. She's right, I do. I'm a karaoke champion. You raise an eyebrow. You give Lucy a questioning look. She shakes her head and mouths, you'll see. What about you, Luce? Lucy shrugs. I'm just happy to be here. And we're happy you're here, right? You go to nudge Kipper-Lily playfully, but she neatly pushes your hand out of the way with her tail. You sigh exaggeratedly. Well, let's see who gets the title of champion tonight, Kip. Ugh. Kipper-Lily rolls her eyes, sorry. You note with some surprise that she doesn't bother to fight your use of the nickname. Progress. You step forward and hold the door for them both. You make sure to push the door from above you, showing off your muscles. Girl. After you, my ladies. Lucy giggles and gives you a little curtsy. Why, thank you, good sir. Kipper-Lily just gives you a long look. You wink at her and she wrinkles her nose, turning a little pink. You don't miss the quick glance she gives at your bicep. Yeah, girl, she could deadlift you easily. You're like, what, 80 pounds? Probably less than that. Probably like 50 pounds. She's tiny. Hell yeah, Applebees. You reach your assigned karaoke room, which is small and cozy. A raised section of the floor at the end of the room creates a makeshift stage, and a mic rests on a stand near the karaoke machine. A rounded booth with plush red cushions faces the stage, a table placed in front of it. She is very chuckable. They should have beat Kipper-Lily just by throwing her. I guess they kind of beat her by doing, like, the opposite of throwing her. So, Kipper-Lily slides into the booth, Lucy following her into the middle. You sit on Lucy's other side. You can feel all your knees knock into each other, and you smile to yourself. Kipper-Lily turns the karaoke machine on and begins to scroll through songs with razor focus. You and Lucy share a fond look. Does she have a go-to karaoke song? She likes to challenge herself to something new every time. Rock Grinder should have won by throwing her. should have used her as a cannonball. Nice, you can respect that. Lucy picks up a menu on the table and peruses it. You hook your chin over her shoulder to look, and you feel her smile against your cheek. Oh, cuties. What are you feeling?
I don't know. What do you think?
How about something to share, like nachos?
Ooh, it's been a while since I've had those. I'd love some. Kip?
That's fine. Lucy nudges you.
They're her favorite.
Kipper-Lily looks pleased. She and Lucy exchange little smiles. Lucy goes to place your orders. You figure Kipper-Lily won't relinquish control of the remote anytime soon, so you reach for the binder of songs on the table and flip through it. Just so you know, we only have this place booked for an hour, so you should probably pick your songs sometime before then. Kipper-Lily doesn't respond. You squint at her, both impressed once again at her intense focus, and struck with the childish urge to get her attention. Lucy's not back yet, but you're pretty sure she'd be encouraging you. I don't want to go too far. Knock your foot gently against hers. It's footsie time. You're intending for a cute, fun game of footsie. Instead, you accidentally kick her in the ankle, jostling the table.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? She kicks back hard and you yell, falling backwards into the booth.
What the hell are you doing? Trying to distract me so you can win? That's not happening.
I was just trying to do something cute. Kipper-Lily blinks, absorbing that. Then she goes pink.
Well, stop.
You sigh. You tried. You resume perusing the catalog in silence. This time, though, you can't help but notice that Kipper-Lily seems distracted. You see her eyes dart towards you, a troubled frown creasing her forehead, her lips turned down. You're getting a little worried, but before you can check in, Lucy returns. You let her into the booth.
Good, you're back. Applebee's was beginning to irritate me. Oh?
I was just trying to get Kip's attention. Besides, when don't I irritate you?
Wow, that's one of the smartest things I've ever heard you say. Miracles do happen.
Lucy laughs. You shake your head at her, fighting back your own grin. Okay, I think it's been long enough. Time to sing. Who's going first?
Me, obviously.
Kipper-Lily stands and makes her way on stage, clicking the remote decisively. Strains of music start to play, and you recognize it as an emo song from a few years ago that Fig had blasted on loop for a month. Lucy gives a cheer, clapping loudly. Kipper-Lily's back straightens and she tosses Lucy a smirk and a nod to you. She flips her ponytail back and begins to sing. I remembered hers being, I'm not okay, I promise. I think. I don't listen to that song enough to recognize it just by the notes. You immediately see what Lucy meant. Oh, Mr. Brightside, thank you. I should have recognized that by the notes, but I was talking over it. I just remember specifically what Lucy's was, and obviously I remember what mine was because I did it myself. You immediately see what Lucy meant. Kipper-Lily's voice is strong and loud, but it lacks technique. She wobbles off key a few times, and you can see that she needs to refine her breath control. She would also sing I'm Not Okay, I Promise, though. I'm just saying. But what she lacks in skill is overshadowed by all other aspects of her performance. Kipper-Lily is clearly performing, moving across stage like she's giving a concert to thousands of people. There's not an iota of self-consciousness in her, and her passion is clear. She's confident and dazzling, and you only realize that you're grinning widely when Lucy laughs and leans into you companionably. Impressive, right? She has incredible stage presence. I think I get how she wins at karaoke now. Yeah, even though one of her best friends is a fucking literal rock star. Like you'd think it wouldn't be a competition at that point. That's our girl. Your heart flips. You meet Lucy's eyes. Yeah, that's our girl. Kipper-Lily's song comes to a close and you whistle loudly, clapping so hard your hands turn red. Kipper-Lily rejoins you in the booth, smug.
So inspired.
That was sick, Kip. You brought the house down, even if the house was only 2 people.
Kipper-Lily copied
know I did. You can give me the championship title now. Let's wait until the end to declare a victor, okay? I think I want to go next.
What are you going to sing?
New me, right? I'll take a page out of Kip's book and try something totally new.
You know, can't say I expected
Oh,
that.
wait, really? Are you going to sing? Yeah, I think I'll try it.
To your surprise, you see a look of conflicted pride cross Kipper Lily's face.
You're going to do great, Lucy. Square shoulders, straight back. Sing from the diaphragm. I know, I've got this, I promise.
Lucy hops up to the stage to up her song. Kipper Lily watches her with a faint little smile, then turns to you, her expression sombering. She seems pensive.
I hate to say it, but you've been good for Lucy.
Whoa. Did you just give me a genuine compliment?
Ugh,
Just
whatever.
shut up and listen for a second.
You raise your hands and gesture for her to speak. Kipper Lily watches Lucy for a moment.
Lucy probably already told you this, but things have been weird between us since the others brought me back from hell. I think she was having a hard time after...
She vaguely waves her hand through the air to fill in the dead space.
It was weird for her to talk about, especially with me. But she seems a lot more confident now, lighter, freer even. And that started when you two started talking more, I think. So, thanks for looking out for her, or whatever.
You stare at her. She stubbornly stares at Lucy. You hadn't expected this level of vulnerability from Kipper Lily. It seems like something only Lucy can really bring out in her. You swallow down an instinctive joke and look at Kipper Lily closely. For all her apparent gratitude, unease emanates from her. She isn't quite meeting your eyes. Lucy is lucky to have you as a friend, Kip. She really, really cares about you. Kipper Lily's cheeks darken.
More than she should sometimes, but I know.
And I
Yeah.
care about you
Wow.
too.
Oh.
Kipper Lily's gaze snaps up to meet yours for a heart-stopping moment. Then she looks away again.
I suppose you're not the worst person ever.
La 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 la.
I remembered correctly. Yeah. They really could have turned that one down a few decibels. The mixing is real loud on that one. But yes, I remembered correctly. Obviously it was Chapel Gnome because of her that whole bit. Although I guess Kipper Lily didn't do a Haley Kiyoko song, but I did remember correctly it was Red Wine Supernova. I do remember, I was just about to say, Alex, you went through like you went through a bunch of different Chapel Roan songs. I remember you saying that. You demoed several different ones and people said Red Wine Supernova was the best one to do. I think that's because it has a very like melodious quality to it, where a lot of Chapel's other most recognizable songs are like Femininomenon and Hot to Go are very they're very I'm talking like I think those are bad songs. I love those fucking songs. I love all of Chapel Roan's music. I'm a lesbian, obviously I do. But like they don't suit Lucy the same way, you know? Good Luck Babe also would have been a fun one to do, but Good Luck Babe is like the key for Good Luck Babe is fucking crazy. Yeah, and also it's very recognizable, I think. You don't get a chance to say more before Lucy clears her throat. The music starts and you hear the latest upbeat Chapel Gnome single start to play. Lucy's voice is sweet and mellow and she launches into the song with gusto. She's not quite as immersed in the music as Kipper Lily, but she jumps up and down across the stage and shimmies to the music as she sings. She's so cute. She grins and gives a tiny wave when she notices you watching. You clap along as best as you can. You know, the first time I met Lucy, I thought she was playing up how nice she was. She'd always say hi when we passed each other in the hallway, and she'd have everyone's favorite candy in her pocket to throw at us at moment's notice. I was convinced it was all an act, because there's no way there's someone is naturally that sweet. Surely she was making up for some sort of skeleton in her closet. It was almost a relief the first time we argued over something. It was something stupid, too. I can't even remember what it was.
She just cared so, so deeply that I was wrong, and that she was right, and that she would stand on the sidewalk until either I agreed with her or left her there on her own. I was so pleased that she wasn't as perfect as she seemed.
Egg on my face, I guess.
It took losing her by my own hands to realize that Lucy is just like that. Warm, kind, someone to sit next to by the fires her god is so obsessed with. Someone who would set herself on fire if it meant warming everyone around her. Someone who didn't have to be perfect to be good. Kipper Lily's voice is soft in its wistfulness. That's our girl. Kipper Lily's brow furrows. I wouldn't say that. No one owns Lucy Frostblade. She chose to spend time with us, and that means she's going to spend time with us. If she didn't want to, she wouldn't be here, no matter how much she likes us. Not even a god can outstubborn that girl. Lucy finishes singing and you clap raucously. Kipper Lily squeezes her shoulder. That was amazing, Lucy. Yes, you were phenomenal. Well done. You're in second place. Lucy laughs. She looks flushed and happy. Thanks, that was fun. All right, Applebees, it's your turn. You bounce up onto the stage excitedly. You already know what you're going to sing. A slow, sweet love song about accepting your feelings. Maybe it's a little on the nose, but you do love this song, and it sits comfortably in your alto range. So this was all I was given in terms of what her song could be. And I wanted to do something that would reference the references that Allie Beardsley makes in the show. So I was like, I want to tap into a specific reference that she makes at some point. So I couldn't do Ricky Martin Livin' La Vida Loca, okay? Or I would have, okay? I would have if they'd given me the option. Trust me, I would have done it. But one reference that I always remember Kristen making, probably because it's during such a pivotal moment in the show, is at the very end of episode 2 when Eggford is doing his whole speech right before, Allie Beardsley jokes, these are Alanis Morissette lyrics. So, oh, they made this really loud too. And my singing is so bad. Oh, I'm embarrassed. So that's Head Over Feet by Alanis Morissette. I think it's quiet. I think it's not as good as I'd like for it to be because I'm not good at singing quietly. And if I tried to belt, I would have peaked the mic. And also I would have informed everybody in my house that I was recording. Normally I told people beforehand that I was recording. I think because this was the last thing that I the last thing I recorded for the game was the Bye Girlie. But because this was gonna take quite a few takes, and I was a little embarrassed about it, I think I was a little quieter than I wanted to be. So, I guess they're playing these voice lines louder because they're taking the place of background music. My volume was on too high, so they jump scared me a little bit, especially because Kipper Lily's didn't sound that loud. Anyways, when you sing the first line, a vibrato rumbling through your core, you feel a thrill of satisfaction as Lucy gasps and Kipper Lily sits up straight. Two pairs of eyes bore into you, one with delight and the other with shock. Also, I did want to do Head Over Feet, A, because it's my favorite Alanis Morissette song. I don't listen to that much of her music, but I really love Head Over Feet. I think specifically, okay, the reason I love Head Over Feet so much is because I discovered it through a TikTok edit of Adine and Fabian, which has since been deleted. So tragic that it's since been deleted because, like, once again, this game is part of the reason that I think people are getting, some parts of the fandom are like this. I don't really think the part of the fandom that made this game is like this because, I mean, we had Fig as a love interest from the start. But there are some parts of the fandom that are like, don't want to ship the bad kids together because they're all sibling coded, quote unquote, which I hate that shit. I hate the idea that you can't ship found family together and that it's like, because that defeats the point of found family. They're not a nuclear family unit. So I'm very glad that this game did this, especially because the Mordred girls tend to be like the most quote unquote sibling coded. So that this game was like, fuck you, they're not related, like they're not siblings and they can kiss each other. And also like literally Kristen and Fig are like flirting with each other through like half of junior year. Like literally Emily was laying it on thick. And I don't know what that was for. But yeah, so that was like the first time that I heard Head Over Feet was after, maybe not the first time, but like the first time that I got really into that song was after I already joined the Fantasy High fandom because of Fantasy High. And so personally I associate that song with Fabian and Adine as a ship, but also now I associate it with the three of them as a ship too because I did it here. So yeah, just a little kind of like full circle moment of like I like this song because of Fantasy High stuff, and it's in my personal Fabian and Adine playlist, and now we also have this. I should make a more Kristen ship playlists. I was gonna say I should specifically make a Kristen and Lucy ship playlist. I already have, literally I have Kristen and Fig, and I have Kristen and Kipper Lily playlists. I have so many Fantasy High playlists, you don't want to know how many Fantasy High playlists I have, it's embarrassing. I say that, but I'm about to go check how many it is. How many? It's 17. Jesus fucking Christ. There's 17 Fantasy High playlists I have. We'll read them all out. I have Bad Kids. I have obviously all 6 of the Bad Kids individually, as well as like a Bad Kids general playlist. Because on the way to making the individual Bad Kid playlist, I found a bunch of songs where I was like, oh, this could work for like any of them. Or it just made me think of their friendship in general because it was like friendship songs or songs about high school or whatever. I have Ida playlist, I have Aylwin, I have Kipper Lily. Those are all of the like individual character playlists. I have 3 playlists that go together because in case you do not know me, my number 1 Fantasy High ship is Adine, Fabian, and Riz OT3. In any combination, whether it's like any combination of the 3 of them is great, but OT3, I love them a lot. But also any combination of like, it can be queer platonic, it can be romantic, like whatever. So I have Fabian and Adine, I have Riz and Fabian, and then I have Riz and Adine. Then I have a Fig Ida playlist, of course. I have Fig and Kristen, which I made before Hey Girlie came out, I think, at least. It was in the works before Hey Girlie came out. I love those 2. I have Kipper Lily and Kristen, and then I have a Kipper Lily and Riz playlist. So yeah, so those are all of them. And you may ask, Ash, you have a Kipper Lily and Riz playlist. Is that a ship thing? I'm just gonna take a long sip of my tea and not say anything about it. I definitely didn't start a Kipper Lily and Riz ship roleplay with my friend 2 days ago. We definitely are the trendsetters with those 2. Look, my whole thing is that I used to be like so embarrassed about this, but now I'm at the point where I'm like, I've talked to many people in the fandom, and just like, if people give me shit about it, I don't even care anymore. But I am demi-romantic and demisexual, and I discovered that because of how heavily I related to Riz. At first I was just like, oh, I'm like somewhere on the aro spectrum. And then eventually I was just like, after like a year of sitting with that and knowing that I was on the aro spec, I was like, okay, I'm demi for sure. So like, it's that deal where it's like, okay, there's like the number of characters that are any form of ace I can count on like one hand. And so it's like either I have to rely on headcanons or I have to like just kind of work with the ace characters that we do have in canon. And I feel like that, from what I've seen from fandom, that tends to be the case for most people who do, like, quote-unquote, like, shipping with ace characters, is that, like, they're working out their own, or, like, they're writing based on their own experience with asexuality or aromanticness, and just kind of, like, using that through fanfic. So it's one of those things to me where I'm like, I feel like we can all play in this space and we can all share together, and, like, nobody's taking the canon representation away from you. I'm definitely against people who just, like, want to, like, fully ignore. Like, I always try to write with, like I'm conscious of the identity and of the spectrum as I write. You know what I mean? I mean, like, obviously I'm part of it. But yeah. Anyways, that's kind of a tangent, but yeah. That was a that was a crazy tangent to get on for Alanis Morissette. Okay, anyways, back to it. You pour your whole heart into the song, trying to evoke as much tenderness and love from the words as you can. They feel true somehow, like they're about Lucy and Kimberly. You kind of want them to know that. I'm not pointing at them. The intense eye contact is enough. Lucy's cheeks darken, but she gives you a little wink, which makes you blush. Kimberly stares back at you, and you can see her swallow nervously. She looks away and sneaks glances at you, hands going to cover her warm cheeks. When you finish, they're both silent. Eventually, Lucy speaks. Kristen, that was beautiful. You smile at her, bashful now that you're no longer performing. behind the music. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, is to give you the real tea that Kristen Applebees voice actor in Hey Girlie game, not Allie Beardsley. Not Allie Beardsley, relates heavily to Riz Gukgak and writes him at all different points of the asexuality spectrum, but respects where he is at in canon. So, yeah. Aw, thanks a bunch, Lucy. You and Kip make for some great bardic inspiration. Lucy nudges Kimberly at that, playful. So, what's the verdict, Kip? Am I in the running for third place? A participation trophy? Kimberly stands abruptly. You realize with the start that she looks upset. You falter, setting the mic down slowly on the table. Beside Kimberly, Lucy's eyes widen with surprise. Kimberly? I have to go. Are you okay? Bathroom, I'll be back. Don't follow me. She rushes out without looking at you. You watch her go in silent shock. What just happened? Lucy sighs. She got spooked. By me? By all of this, I think. She gestures between you, the empty space Kimberly was occupying, and herself. You sink down beside her.
You're really special.
I'm not imagining it, am I? That there's something between the three of us? Lucy puts a hand over yours. No, Kristen, you're not. And this isn't your fault. Kimberly is just... Lucy pauses, thinking her words over. She's scared, I guess. We've just been finding our footing again, and you're a whole new variable, and there's just so much history between all of us. It's not easy to move past everything we've been through. You nod. I get that. I know you do, and thanks to you, I'm figuring out how to move forward. She just needs more time. You sound really sure about this. Lucy gives you a smile. It's not that I'm not worried too sometimes. It's just that if there's anything I've learned in the last couple of months, it's that I don't want to let good things pass me by anymore. Especially not out of fear. And I think we could be a really good thing. Your heart warms. Yeah, I think so too. So does Kip, I'm pretty sure. She's just skittish sometimes. She'll come around. Yeah, how long should we wait for her? She said not to follow her, but... Lucy glances towards the door of the room, humming softly. It hasn't been very long. If she doesn't come back in a few minutes, we can text her. Want me to go grab some drinks in the meantime? I don't know about you, but all that singing made me parched. Sure, that would be wonderful, Kristen. You make sure to place your order quickly and get back to Lucy as soon as possible. When you return, Kimberly still isn't back, so you set her drink on the table and hand Lucy hers. Ugh. Thank you. You wink. Wouldn't want that lovely singing voice of yours to get hoarse. You notice Lucy's eyes flicking away from you, following her gaze to see Kimberly has returned. You hadn't even heard the door open, but now that she's been spotted, she strides in. She doesn't look upset anymore, but you're not sure if she's just hiding it. I mean, that sprite sure looks upset. Hey, everything okay?
Let's never speak of this again.
Yes. She sits back down in her previous spot, avoiding eye contact with both of you. Sorry about that. It's alright, Kip.
Yeah, no worries. Everyone needs a bathroom break every now and then. Gave Lucy and me a chance to think of one last song we can do.
Kimberly raises an eyebrow at you, but Lucy awkwardly clears her throat, pointing towards the tablet right as it rings out an alarm declaring that your time is up.
Well, shit, so much for that. You glared at the tablet for ruining what would have been an excellent and incredibly romantic opportunity for the three of you to sing a song together. Kimberly snorts.
I don't think I have one more song in me anyway. My first performance was too good. I suppose we'll just have to settle for joint second then, Kristen.
Sharing your spot with me? Generous.
Kimberly still seems a bit subdued. She takes a slow breath in before looking up at you and Lucy directly. I'll pick the next spot.
The next spot?
To hang out, obviously. You and Lucy have both picked places, so it's my turn.
She's avoiding eye contact again, leaning against the back of the seat and fiddling with some of her hair.
Still, if she's taking the initiative, it has to be a good sign. You glance at Lucy and she's smiling widely. What kind of place do you have in mind? Somewhere away from here, without a time limit.
Oh.
Ooh, a surprise.
Sure, I'll text you. We'll meet up downtown.
Okay, someone's calling.
That was so sweet!
It wasn't too much.
What an interesting
I mean, it was a little much, but you're Kristen Applebees. A little much is basically your middle name. Or, well, your middle three names.
Maybe I should tone it down a bit next time.
On the one hand, I like that you're a little much. It keeps things fun. On the other, yeah, Lucy and Kimberly might appreciate it.
Noted. Okay. Oh, okay. Load-bearing chest date. I forgot about that. Okay.
Hey, Kristen.
This one is fine.
What?
No. Lucy, I'm sorry.
I'm feeling a little blue. Oh. I'm sorry. Cool.
Mark another one off the list.
Oh.
So that's, yeah. Sweet Cassandra.
Lucy.
I would.
Oh. I had a great time.
I promise I won't.
All right.
Ring, ring.
Yeah.
Got this one. Okay, let's see if I can remember. Oh, it's doing that thing where it plays multiple songs at once again. And I have to do this during load-bearing chest date? Oh god. That's a lot of pressure.
Kristen,
Resident Applebee's reporting for duty.
Beginner's
is
luck.
that so?
Sorry.
I'm
what
just
was
gonna
that?
try and do
Read.
this from memory. Thought you liked hanging out with me. Probably should have expected a
that's
last
another
minute
point to
plan.
keep-
So that's, yeah.
Why put all your leverage on the line?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You really think that?
Whatever.
Chess club.
Yes. Kipper Lily.
just been missing your smug gloating.
You know, I didn't hate this.
Why?
Just leave me alone, Applebee's.
What's stupid about wanting to spend time with you? Gorgug's capstone project.
Whatever.
Cupcakes. What does Kipper Lily look like?
Nat 20.
Yeah, whatever.
Remember, pawn to e5, rook takes white bishop. She'll go for the Falinel gambit, but you can counter with your knights.
You're cute when you're angry.
Flirting.
Color me.
Yes, Kipper Lily.
Is your king running away?
Huh, is that so? Ugh, whatever. Ugh.
Obviously you don't want to go. We don't need to pretend there's an ulterior motive.
Let's see what the star really.
Okay, I think that was all the correct choices, if my memory serves correctly.
Hi, Kristen. I missed you. Hey, listen.
Okay. Luckily the music all resets when you get to this screen. I know, right? I just found it's a little quirk that the game has if you move really fast. Sometimes the music just starts playing over itself. But it always resets when you get back to this screen at the beginning of a week, so... we're going downtown again. You're here to do some shopping, that's all. Picking up organic fruits, try out those artisan breads, stock up on hand-roll truffles for those pre-exam all-nighters. So what if the farmer's market was all the way across town? A little hike was always worth it to support local small businesses. God damn it, this is the Girlie date. How did I fuck that up? Hold on. She said meet downtown. Hold on. Okay, well hopefully this is fine.
Well, one of the health benefits of honey is that... Mom, get ready for Blade Shield!
I don't think we have to do
So not yeehaw.
all of their final dates in order to get... I've just been doing them to get the extra
Not
points.
cool.
What?
Even cowgirls get the blues.
So it's probably fine.
Well, what?
Oh,
A PRS honor, I swear.
that's so
Kristen, pick up.
Hold on, okay. Okay, I can't save here. Oh, god damn it. What the fuck? Did I fuck something up?
How wonderful.
Oh no.
I turn invisible.
Ugh.
Sorry, what was that?
Let me check something real quick. Oh, okay, it's actually... I have to do outside. Whoops.
I wonder.
She said meet downtown, though. She totally said that. You guys all saw it.
Very
Great job.
Kipper Lily, why did you lie to me?
Ooh, I think not.
Sorry, what was that? Black? Cool.
Ooh.
Really?
How wonderful. Shall we do this again soon?
Right.
Okay, outside. Hopefully this all still works out. Jesus. For the first time, you're the one waiting for Lucy and Kipper Lily to join you. In their defense, you're not technically at your date spot yet. Can you think of it as a date spot? You'd certainly like to. Logistically, it makes the most sense for you all to meet up and then drive there together, at least according to Kipper Lily. You're honestly still not sure where exactly you're going. You're just kind of here for the ride. Kipper Lily arrives first, dropped off by who you assume to be one of her parents. She taps her foot impatiently as she says a few final words to whoever drove her over through an open window, though she still waves after the car as it leaves. She notices you awkwardly leaning against a streetlight. What are you doing?
Oi, brother, it's me, K2. I'm just kidding, guys. It's me.
Oh my god.
Where is it?
That fucking voice line. I remember recording it, and somebody reminded me that it existed recently in the chat. But I had no idea whether or not they used it. This is my first time hearing it in the game, I think. Looking cool, duh. Kipper Lily stares at the shade you got from Fabian in the leather jacket you're borrowing from Fig for the day. Cool, right. You have the distinct feeling you're being made fun of. You very courageously choose to ignore it. Do you know when Lucy's getting here? Kipper Lily pulls out her crystal and scrolls through her notifications. Looks like she got held up getting permission to borrow her mom's car. She can drive? She learned over the summer something about not wanting to be held back from doing things just because her parents weren't available. Kipper Lily busies herself with something on her crystal. Within seconds, she goes from casually scrolling through it to furiously typing, a blush slowly painting her face pink. Is something up? Kipper Lily's eyes snap to yours. Nothing! She shoves her crystal into her pocket before you can snatch it out of her hand. You'd be offended if Riz didn't do the exact same thing every lunch period. Rogues. Lucy arrives in a slightly beat-up silver minivan a few minutes later. She very cautiously pulls up to the side of the street that you two are on. Is this where you call us losers and tell us to get in? What? No, I was going to ask if either of you knew how to parallel park. You stare at her. You can see Kipper Lily doing the same out of the corner of your eye. They give you a license without seeing if you could parallel park? I mean, I know how to parallel park. I just don't know how to do it, you know? You don't, in fact, know. Right. So can we get in? I mean, Lucy, do you feel comfortable driving for an hour? An hour? Where are we going, Kip? Trust the process, Luce. You're all for trusting processes, but Lucy doesn't seem immediately confident in her ability to road trip. That being said, most of your road trips are spent throwing popcorn at the back of Gorgug's head as he tries to stay in the right lane, so there's a chance you're not much of an expert either. Maybe if you can weigh in, you can get this show on the road and not have to spend the next half hour teaching Lucy how to parallel park for real. Lucy's got this. Where we're going, we don't need to parallel park, right, Kip? Well, I suppose that's true. I still don't know about driving for an hour. If you get tired, we can always swap out. That's true. Alright, let's get going then. Kipper Lily hops into the passenger seat and pulls it forward, giving you all of the legroom you'd want in the back. You completely ignore that to lean forward and wrap your arms around the passenger seat, just managing to balance a forearm over her shoulders. She scowls at you but doesn't move. When you're all settled, you're off. Kipper Lily navigates with precision, warning about every turn and lane change far earlier than the driver actually needs to start worrying about it. Once you get out of town and the only thing to do is follow the road for the next half hour, it doesn't take long for you to start thinking about how to fill the silence. So, when do we get to know where we're going and what we're doing? When we get there. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were taking us to the woods to kidnap us. Or worse. Don't be ridiculous. If you must know, I happen to know a very good spot for berry picking. Ooh, what kind of berries? You'll see. She folds her arms with a smug grin, so you figure you're not going to get any more clues out of her until you actually get there. You ever heard of this berry picking spot, Lucy? Nope, she's been holding out. Damn, she's full of trade secrets, huh? Kipper doesn't deny it.
How about some music? There's a cord somewhere in the console to connect your crystals.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Who's Crystal first? You all know my excellent music taste from karaoke.
I actually have a playlist perfect for this occasion.
She's so me. Did you make it specifically for this?
I'll never tell. Well, I've got plenty of road trip worthy songs on my playlists.
Which should you start with? Kipper sounds like she's planned everything out. Why mess that up?
And that's another point to Kipperlily Copperkettle.
Obviously pleased, Kipper connects her crystal and almost immediately hits play on her playlist, starting up a high-energy pop song with lyrics you don't understand. She must have had it ready to go. With an epic soundtrack, there's nothing that can stop you now.
Oh, Kip, did you ever reply to Marianne in the group chat, by the way?
Kipper turns bright pink as she gives Lucy a half-hearted glare.
Why would I reply to that fucking nerd? I thought it was a kind sentiment, personally. She said it was.
She abruptly cuts herself off, very noticeably glancing at you.
Yeah, what did she say? I hate you. No, you don't.
Okay, what inside joke am I missing?
Our dear party caught wind of this trip and had very nice things to say to the three of us.
Ugh, whatever.
Very nice things, my ass. If you send Ruben any photos, I'm crashing this car myself.
Were they making fun of you?
Ivy and Oishin are always making fun of the rest of us, and Marianne and Ruben can give as good as they get, even if they don't always try to.
For a second, you wonder what kind of sick, twisted definition of friendship Lucy and Kipper have been putting up with. Then you remember that Fabian has spent the past 4 years calling Riz the ball, and that Adine sometimes puts Boggy on chairs and makes him croak loudly when people are about to sit on him. Maybe your definition of friendship is just as sick and twisted. Fair enough. What did he say? Kipper throws her hands in the air with a huff, but she doesn't stop Lucy from handing her crystal over to you. You manage to glance at it as the car rumbles over a shallow pothole. If you get arrested on your date, we're not coming to get you. Have fun though, don't fall in.
Thanks. We'll let you know if we need Oishin to pay bail.
That's the most normal text I've ever seen.
Right?
You know,
She wants me dead.
Oh, sorry. I heard that voice line as I started speaking.
She wants me dead. All of them do. I don't. For now.
Lucy smiles sweetly before quickly jerking the steering wheel slightly to the right. It's not enough to pull you to a different lane, but it's more than enough to fling all of you to one side as Kipper loudly swears.
What the fuck?
Why? Why?
You're killing me.
I changed my mind. I do want you dead. Oh, great. Just one more thing to tell my fucking therapist about. Yeah, the girls I'm into tend to be actively trying to kill me at all times. There's nothing wrong with me, though.
Her eyes fly open with mortification the second she processes what she said. She glances at the window. Please don't jump out the window of a moving car.
We love you too, Kip.
Kipper makes an incoherent series of half-choked sounds as she sinks onto the floor under her seat.
Aw, I knew you liked me.
You and Lucy exchange a mischievous glance. So, Kip, what exactly is it about us that you're into? Is it my dazzling charm, my unparalleled sense of humor, my smoking hot bod?
What the fuck?
None of those things! You repulse me, Applebees. I'm going to throw up.
Lucy pouts at her, leaning over to catch Kipper eye.
I don't repulse you, do I?
Kipper glares at Lucy. She opens her mouth, but words fail to come out.
What is it you like about me? My morbid sense of humor? My tenacity?
Her smoking hot bod? She slides you a grin.
My smoking hot bod?
Really?
You can almost see the steam coming off of Kipper face. You could probably fry an egg on her head, although that would get her hair on it and probably be gross.
I think we broke her, Kristen.
You're really special.
Don't worry, we can always kiss it better later. Kipper finally finds her voice.
Let's never speak of
I'm
this
never
again.
talking to either of you ever again. That'll make it hard to go on this date, won't it?
Kipper just crosses her arms and sniffs. You and Lucy laugh silently and decide to show her some mercy. Eventually, Kipper guides you off the beaten track and onto a side road that leads into some kind of national forest by the border to the Baronies.
All right, pull over here and park.
The three of you get out of the car.
Kip, this is, in fact, a random forest. Well, yeah, where else are you supposed to go berry picking?
A farm?
I thought you bad kids were supposed to have a sense of adventure to go along with the nepotism. Anyway, we've got like 10 minutes to walk before we actually get there, so grab a basket and let's go. The basket Kimberly hands to you is worn but sturdily built. When you pretend to balance it on your head, she kicks your ankle and glares it back into your hands. A sneaky glance at Lucy shows that hers is even older, the handle repaired with duct tape that's peeling off. Kimberly leads you and Lucy down a trail that you can barely see. It's more of a line of grass growing a little less enthusiastically than anything else. The sun filters through the trees, leaving the ground well lit but still comfortably shady. Lucy magically loops a fresh breeze around the three of you, which turns the trek from a monotonous hike into a fun walk through the woods. So, do you two do this often? Walk around the woods? Famously, yes.
Kimberly swats at her arm.
We haven't gone to the Farhaven Woods once this year. Maybe you haven't. I've been there a bunch. I love it. It feels like part of my soul is just tethered there now.
It is pretty nice. There are some really cool trees. Kimberly rolls her eyes, disbelieving.
Both of you are absolute weirdos. Anyway, we're here.
Kimberly pushes a bush to the side, revealing a surprisingly sunlit clearing. Thorny bushes laden with the largest raspberries you've ever seen have taken over half of the clearing.
What?
Kip, this is...
Kimberly Coppercat.
awesome, amazing, the coolest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, I know.
How'd you find this?
Mom's been coming here all her life. She makes a lot of jams and compotes. I've heard you complain so many times that your parents don't even like leaving Elmville for vacation. Your mother hikes this far into the woods for raspberries? My mom is a multifaceted person who likes to forage in exactly one place outside of Elmville in her spare time.
Lucy seems to be having a small mental breakdown over this revelation. You kind of feel like having one too. You haven't actually met Kimberly's moms yet, but all signs point to her being the kind of woman to buy the berries for her jam from the local supermarket. Maybe the weekend farmer's market if she was feeling particularly adventurous. I think her mom used to take her here when she was a kid, so it's like a family thing. Hardly counts as leaving town to her. Like the funfetti recipe? Are you gonna get in trouble for showing us the secret copper kettle berry picking spot? Kimberly rolls her eyes. Lucy looks startled.
You told Kristen your mom's secret funfetti recipe? The one you still refuse to give to Ivy's dad's? I didn't tell her shit. We just made them a while ago at our place, and I had to send her the recipe to make sure she didn't fuck them up.
You realize with sudden giddiness that the photo you still haven't deleted from your text thread could give you a lot of leverage with the rest of the rat grinders. Is this why Riz and Kimberly are so obsessed with bartering for information?
And no, it's just a berry spot. It's not like we own it. Don't go telling everyone, though.
She clears her throat, taking a few steps away and gesturing towards the clearing.
So I figured we fill the baskets first and then sit down somewhere. I brought some snacks and drinks, so...
Wait, were we supposed to bring something too?
No, I would have told you if you were.
Considering you all split the bill at the other places, no matter whose idea it was to go there, it feels a little unfair not to have something to contribute. You're about to protest, but Lucy shakes her head at you. She squeezes Kimberly's shoulder, giving her a gentle smile. This is just Kimberly's way of ensuring that it's perfect. And that nothing goes wrong.
That sounds perfect.
You put a lot of thought into this. We really appreciate it, Kip.
Kimberly's face warms as she gives a tiny, surprisingly shy smile. You can't help but smile in response, and you give Lucy a small nod. Yeah, thanks, Kip. You've planned a perfect date. Kimberly's smile widens. You all bask in the warmth of the moment a little longer.
So, are we supposed to pick these in a particular way so that we don't wreck the berries? Oh, yeah, you have to be really gentle, and if they're not coming off easy, they're probably not ripe enough. Come look.
Kimberly gives you both a quick berry picking demonstration, pointing out all the berries that are definitely unripe, those that are definitely overripe, and those you'd have to test by seeing how easily you can pick them. It's all pretty straightforward, so soon enough the three of you are off. You all work diligently at first, picking berries and putting them into the baskets, but soon enough that starts getting boring. The need to shake it up a little overwhelms you. Instead of carefully dropping berries into your basket, you start trying to toss them into Lucy's. She notices soon enough, and with a giggle tosses some into your basket. One bounces off the handle into the basket, and Lucy pumps her fist. You do your best to stifle your laughter. Lucy presses her lips together as she points at Kimberly's basket. You nod enthusiastically. Race to see who fills their basket first? Kimberly snorts as she digs through the bush in front of her, not even glancing at the two of you.
It would hardly be a race.
Lucy manages to throw a whole handful of berries into Kimberly's basket while she's not looking. You that confident that you can win? What do you think, Lucy? You nailed 3 berries into Kipper Lily's basket in quick succession.
Well, that's not fair. She's got years of practice.
Passed on by the daughters of the Copper Kettle line. 5 more berries make it in. A 6th bounces out. You'll get it next time.
An honor tradition that we're privileged enough to be let in on.
Lucy tries to throw another berry into Kipper Lily's basket as she speaks, but it's intercepted by her whipping around and snatching it out of the air with her teeth, easily catching it in her mouth. The 3 of you stare at each other for a second, shocked by what just happened, before you all burst out into laughter at the same time. Okay, do you guys want to race for real now?
Huh! Prepare to be completely... Okay, 1, 2, 3, go!
Lucy darts up before either of you can react, giggling as she jogs towards one of the largest bushes. Kipper Lily shrieks and bolts a second later, leaving you the slowest to respond. Maybe it's not exactly low-key or relaxing, but it's definitely fun trying to fill up your basket. You find opportunities to sidle up next to Lucy to compare, and maybe reach across to try grabbing the same berries she was going for.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, you gonna do something about it? Lucy looks like she's about to say something, but she just shakes her head laughing as she darts off to another bush nearby. Kipper Lily's harder to keep track of, predictably focused on winning the impromptu competition, but she pops up every now and then to taunt you about how empty your basket is, even though you swear it looked fuller before.
Done. Mine's full. Really?
She appears out of nowhere to inspect Lucy's basket, her very own nearly full as well.
There's like half an inch left to the rim.
Well, it's way fuller than mine.
You know that's because Kip was stealing your berries, right?
You stare at Lucy for a moment, then down at your basket. You've definitely picked more berries than what are currently in there. You look at Kipper Lily, who looks back at you innocently for exactly 3 seconds before bursting out into snickers. Lucy joins in shortly after, and then it catches you too. I'll never get used to rogue antics.
I'd be offended if it didn't pay off so well for me in the end. I still beat you. Second place is better than last.
The flagrant cheating is forgotten as you all catch your breaths from laughing. You're warm in ways that are separate from the sunlight shining down on you, and the others are flushing pink from both the effort it takes to fill the baskets, and, if they're on the same page as you are, the company.
I had a great time.
Today has been perfect. Lucy's expression softens. Kipper Lily averts her gaze, but isn't quite able to push down her grin.
Yeah, I think so too.
I suppose that was fine.
I suppose it could have gone worse.
Kipper Lily pauses, twining a berry stalk between her fingers, then looks up at you and Lucy. You and Lucy straighten in tandem at the nervousness on her face.
I know I've taken a little longer to come around on this whole...
She clears her throat and gestures between the 3 of you.
Situation, I guess, but spending the last few weeks with you two has been a lot of fun, and I know things are weird and maybe this will turn out to be an unmitigated disaster, but... She takes a deep breath and lifts her chin. I want to do this for real.
Your heart is beating out of your chest. Lucy exhales quietly.
Do what for real?
Kipper Lily doesn't even look annoyed at having to spell it out, and that's when you know for sure. This is happening. This is happening.
Do more things like this. Spend time with you. Maybe date you. Properly.
That warms my heart.
Oh, Kipper Lily, I want that too. With both of you. You're both so special to me.
You stare at them both, a helpless grin pulling at your lips.
What do you say, Applebees?
You don't say anything. You give Lucy a long look, and somehow, in all her Lucy shrewdness, she knows exactly what you're asking for. She nods, starting to beam. Slowly, you scoot forward towards Kipper Lily, who stares at you in shock. You telegraph your intention as you lean forward, waiting for her to move away if she wants. Kipper Lily swallows. She doesn't move. Slowly, you lift your hands to cradle her jaw, and you kiss her, melting into her soft, berry-stained lips. Her hands clutch the back of your neck, and you deepen the kiss, pulling her close so that she's halfway on your lap. When you separate, she's breathing hard, a flustered expression on her face. You lean forward to press a kiss to her neck, unable to help yourself. Kipper Lily squeaks, then clears her throat, pretending she hadn't just done that. She avoids your teasing look.
Well, that was adequate.
You pinch her gently in the side, and she swats your head. Adequate? Yeah, right. Man, I feel like my heart just stopped.
You're not the only one.
Lucy's voice is faint, and her cheeks are flushed when you look at her. Kipper Lily glances at you knowingly, raising an eyebrow before shifting off your lap. You scoot towards Lucy. May I, my lady?
You may.
You have to tilt upwards to kiss Lucy, but it helps that she meets you halfway. Her lips are cool and soft, and the taste of berry in her mouth intermingles with yours. She moves with just as much intent as Kipper-Lily. You twine your arms around her shoulders and let yourself be held. Kipper-Lily gives you a half-sarcastic clap when you separate, though you can see the affection in her smug face. You bow dramatically and Lucy giggles, squeezing you into a tight hug before letting you go. There's a pause as Kipper-Lily and Lucy gaze at each other. You feel the weight of their relationship and their history hanging over you. Lucy reaches forward and brushes a strand of hair back from Kipper-Lily's face. Kipper-Lily's eyes soften in that special way they always seem to do for Lucy. You don't know everything that happened between the two of them. You don't think you ever will. There are some things that they deserve to keep between the two of them, even if all three of you are doing this, as Kipper-Lily put it. But that doesn't mean the moment feels any less sweet when they lean into each other, and the moment is as joyful and tender as your moments with them felt. When they turn to you, you reach out with both of your hands and take theirs. Their fingers intertwine with yours. For once, there's no need to speak. You sit there with Lucy and Kipper-Lily, the heat of your tangled hands as warm as the sunlight falling on you. All is right with the world. Someone's calling!
Look at you.
You're so adorable together!
I don't think today could have been any more perfect.
Wow. Cool.
It feels really good to be chosen.
So
Like,
inspiring.
I know you chose me, and I know when I was little, Helio chose me, but it's different with them. It's really, really nice to know we worked past what we were and can look forward to what we'll be. They're more than just a sum of their parts, like you said.
You corny sweetie pie, you.
Hey, Girlie.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that?
Hey,
Kristen.
No, I totally get it. Yeehaw!
Alright.
20.
Here we go. Fingers crossed that I didn't fuck it up by not doing their last solo dates. Lucy and Kipper-Lily arrive, predictably, right on time. You're practically dripping waterfalls of nervous sweat. Your face feels hot as you open the door.
Hey, Applebees. Hi, Kristen.
Kipper-Lily walks in like she owns the place, and Lucy looks around with the fascination that you find so endearing. Your nerves calm just a little. Where's my girl? Where's my Lucy? As you lead them to your room, you pass by the kitchen. Kipper-Lily elbows Lucy.
That's where I made cupcakes to save Kristen from having a mental breakdown.
I know you meant that as an insult, but it's true. And they were really good cupcakes. Kipper-Lily looks flattered, which is gratifying. Lucy nods sagely.
Your cupcakes could save anyone from a mental breakdown. Maybe that should have been our first line of defense against Porter.
Yeehaw!
Kipper-Lily rolls her eyes before reluctantly chuckling. You and Lucy join in. Lucy and Kipper-Lily sit on your bed when you reach your room, and you face them on your chair. You'd started to relax, but now your mouth goes dry. Your heart thuds so fast that you think you might pass out. Your crystal dings and you glance down. Cassandra has sent you a little "you rock" cat emoji. When you look back up, Kipper-Lily and Lucy are watching you expectantly.
So, Kristen, what are we doing here?
You wanted to talk to us about something? Says Lucy, who is still invisible. Yeah,
You're
I've
really
been thinking a
special.
lot about our hangouts in the last couple of weeks, and us. Oh, there she is. She finally decided to become uninvisible. Kipper-Lily's tail swishes faster as she watches you. Lucy's eyes widen slightly. I know we all kind of had a rough start, but I've had an amazing time getting to know you. You're both amazing and strong and brilliant, and you hesitate. Fuck it, you're gonna put it all on the line. And, like, you're both so hot. They both blush in unison. Lucy puts a hand on Kipper-Lily's arm. And I think about you both, like, all the time. I think we have something really special, so, I wanted to ask you officially.
Let's make out or something.
Would you both go to the spring fling with me? Lucy's eyes widen, and Kipper-Lily blushes hard enough to turn bright pink. Kipper-Lily leans forward immediately before she freezes and glances back at Lucy.
Well, I know what I want to say, but why don't you go first, Lucy?
Lucy looks surprised by this offer. She blinks for a second at Kipper-Lily before turning back to you with a heavy blush.
I've had an amazing time getting to know both of you, too. You're both wonderful in ways I would have never anticipated. And hot.
She smirks, teasing.
Everyone's hot compared to me, though, one of the perks of being a Frost Genasi.
Kipper-Lily groans at the joke and leans back on her hands as you and Lucy giggle.
I promise I won't.
So I would love to go to the dance with you, Kristen. With both of you. I think it would be really fun.
Your insides flutter at the acceptance and your heart swells with joy, but you've only gotten half of a yes so far. And what about you, Kip? Kipper-Lily, you said you already knew your answer, so... You don't know why you expected anything different, but Kipper-Lily rolls her eyes as if this is the silliest thing you've ever said.
Obviously,
Fine.
my answer is yes.
This time.
Lucy is the coolest person I know, and you've grown on me, like a fungus.
She smirks and wags a finger in a condescending manner.
But your proposals could do with a bit of work. No flowers or anything. You can do better than that.
You've never felt more happy in your life. The two most amazing people you've ever met are going to go to the dance with you. I love you guys so much. You fling yourself at them and the three of you fall back onto your bed in what you meant as a hug but is now just a pile of limbs.
Kristen!
Whoops, sorry. Maybe I do need to work on my proposals after all. Yay! Spring fling time! Okay.
So inspiring.
Oh. Now this time Kristen's sprite isn't there. It's normally there. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
You're about to walk out onto the dance floor while you wait for your dates to arrive when you're suddenly pulled into the dark side room you spent 2 hours shoving all of the school's dodgeballs and wall pads into. Can't I get at least 1 hour at a dance before being kidnapped or whatever? And look, now it's the snowdrops and the blue rose.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Speak of the devil, or devils, as it were. Kipper-Lily darts back out and inexplicably dives under the bleachers before you can tell her how well her earrings go with her dress and overall vibe. At least Lucy stuck around, even if her own dress is half crumpled as she squashes herself next to the doorway. You look great. Love the boots.
Shh, keep your voice down.
Is something wrong? Kipper-Lily pops back into the room.
He's here. Get back, get back.
What is going on? Lucy just pulls you deeper into the darkness of the room. At this point, you're pretty sure nothing horrible is happening, so you let her shove you against the wall as Kipper-Lily darts next to you. She peers around the doorway.
Good, he didn't see us.
Lucy cautiously peeks around the corner. She's tall enough that she doesn't have to lean too far above Kipper-Lily.
Where's Adine?
What does Adine have to do with anything? You join them at the doorway, sneaking your head between the two of theirs. I love Adine's little... We had to coordinate what, like, everybody's prom outfits were so that they were consistent between CGs. So, like, Adine had one that we, like, planned out, like... Yeah. Very cute. Okay.
Oh, Ivy's seen her.
You watch speechlessly as Ivy, standing at the side of the dance floor, rolls her eyes and shoves Oishin onto it. He stumbles over his feet.
I told her to let him make the first move. Why should he listen to that? Why would she listen to that? It's Ivy.
Okay, what am I missing? Oishin glares over his shoulder at Ivy, who smugly waves from the fringe of the dance floor before turning to make eye contact with Adine, who's watching the whole exchange with her patented what now look. Oishin visibly swallows before digging for something in his pocket.
Blimey.
Wait.
He's so close. If he fucks this up somehow, I'm never speaking to him again.
Did you all plan this without me?
It was a spur of the moment thing.
Oishin takes out something that sparkles in the lights. Adine suddenly looks like a deer in headlights.
Is that from his grandma's hoard? I'm kind of impressed that his mom let him take those.
Adine gently takes the offered gift. It's a pair of earrings, which you can only tell because she immediately puts them on. Lucy quietly cheers above you. Kipper-Lily's physically vibrating now.
And that's another point.
Mission
to keep
success,
really confident.
motherfuckers.
That's wonderful.
I do love a happy ending.
Kipper-Lily goes to walk out of the room, but you grab her shoulder before she can leave.
What now?
The two of you dragged me into a dark room and didn't expect me to take advantage of it? You can just barely make out both of them blushing and the light filtering in from the spring fling. You sit down on a pile of mats and wait for their response. Kipper-Lily recovers first. She clears her throat as she steps forward. There's a moment of uncertainty before she kisses you, but she relaxes as you pull her closer. You break the kiss as Lucy steps behind you and wraps her arms around you both, one knee on the mats and her chin on your shoulder. Kipper-Lily stretches up to kiss Lucy, who tilts her chin back when they've drawn apart. You think that you could sit here with the two of them forever. Kipper-Lily's phone buzzes in a pocket you didn't realize she had. She lazily checks it. Of course her dress has pockets.
They've noticed we're missing. We have been here for a while.
Wanna head out then? As you stand, your hand finds Kipper Lily's and you kiss Lucy's cheek. Lucy and Kipper Lily lace their fingers together as you step out of the side room and into the mayhem of the spring fling. Maybe you'll matchmake 2 of your other friends. Maybe another dragon will crash into the gym and you'll have to go fight it with your party. Maybe you'll get to spend the entire night in Lucy and Kipper Lily's orbit, not quite able to step away from either girl. You squeeze Kipper Lily's hand and exchange a smile with Lucy. They turn to you with warm expressions. Whatever happens, you're determined to keep this for as long as you can. Yay! Alright. Just making sure, keeping my eye out for the name of the cat. There's me. I don't know that they put the cat in the credits. Either that or I missed it. But yes, I don't remember the cat's name, but cat definitely exists.
Hey, girly.
Okay. Alright, so, this means next stream we're gonna be doing, Nara's next stream. Okay. Ooh. Another cat photo. You drew my, oh my goodness, what? I'm gonna cry. She's so beautiful. That's my baby. Oh my god. Thank you so much. I'm gonna show this to everyone on Earth. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. So next week I don't know how to move past that. Next week we'll start on Nara. Thursday, more of the devil. Also, I forgot to mention, yeah, I skipped Sunday stream again, but I actually did have a reason this time. I forgot that I had a birthday party to go to. And I did do the theme of the birthday was we all, not everybody, but a bunch of people made PowerPoints that we presented, and I made one, and, I might make it into, the first, like, YouTube video for my channel, because somebody at the party suggested that I do that, and thought it would be a hit, because it was a huge hit at the party. Anyways, yeah, thank you all so much for joining in. Thank you, Regayati. I never know if I'm pronouncing your username right, but, RG Hayati? I can only interpret it to some degree. But I thank you so much for the beautiful fan art of my cat. That's the sound of me crying, tears of joy. I will be... Okay, normally you don't pronounce the words. Thank you very much, Patrick. And yeah, I will be back on Thursday with Of the Devil. And I'll see you all then. Thank you so much. This was really lovely, and I'm very glad that I did that route correctly, and now I know how the poly routes work. You don't have to do all of the other dates. All right. Thank you all so much. Bye.